folks. We're back. We saw our live feed die. I hope you've enjoyed this live Pata broadcast so far. We definitely are. Again, we're at 11 Below Brewery, 6820 Bourgeois Road. It's a great place. Come on out. Pat, also Infinity, is it?
Yeah, Infinity and DT, man. Yeah, they support us. They bought a segment. We got kickoff here in T-minus 14 and a half minutes.
I tell you, I love it. Football is back. I love it. It's real football. I don't want to hear this fake football BS. You know, these guys are playing hard, and it's these type of games for you Dynasty people who play Dynasty fantasy football, you're going to look at these rookies. You're going to see them. This is what you want. So, you know, these are the games. But we also have Jason Braddock. He's in the house. He had to go make a phone call.
He's around somewhere.
Yeah, from AM 790 previously. And later on, we're going to have Big Man. We will unleash the Kraken on the podcast. New UFC fighter, Juan Valdez is what I like to call him. I won't call him that to his face. I will call him Sir to his face because he's like 6'8", 300 pounds.
He could probably bench press you, Jeff.
I'm 240. I'm pretty sure he can bench press me.
I think that's one-handed.
He's not here, so I'm pretty sure I could take him in a fight. So, you know.
Well, you know, and what I've had, you know, speaking of which, I mean, we're getting ready to watch the Texans game, and a lot of, you know, there's a lot of football fans out there that don't, you know, say, preseason doesn't count. But the problem I have with that is it does relate to fantasy football, especially in the Dynasty atmosphere. I feel like that, you know, them not caring about the preseason as much, it's vital to knowing who's going to start, who's going to jump up the depth chart and see what's going on. I'm watching a lot of things. And for you Dynasty fantasy football players out there, and heck, even you fantasy football players out there, what I'd recommend you guys are looking for is watch the wide receivers. Look and see, you know, if they're getting the separation, if they're, you know, how far apart are they away from the defender. Look at the running backs. How hard is he hitting that hole? Because when it comes regular season, those are the things you're going to want to take into account when you're trying to start, especially if you're looking at a defense. All right, man, for some reason they're weak against the run. All right, I know that so-and-so is going to get the start. You know, you got to look at these things and analyze it. And during the preseason, you know, you're really looking at them to evaluate your team. Because, you know, in Dynasty we use taxi squad, practice squad, whatever you want to call it. I've got players, and I've got to make cuts on my team. And what's going to help me decide that is what happens in the preseason. I'm watching those depth charts. If I know that if I see him break one open on the starting defense, I know, all right, this guy's got potential. Yes, I know they're not hitting as hard and all that. You know, there's a lot of contributing factors. But these guys are ready to play football.
Well, these guys are ready to hit somebody other than their teammates, and that's what we're getting tonight. All around the NFL, games are coming up. And, again, I heard somebody on the radio say, this is fake football. I'm like, this is not fake football. These are guys trying to earn their spots. You know, they finally get to hit somebody with a different color jersey on. You know, they're trying to make the team. And like we talked earlier, there's a wide receiver on the Chiefs, DeMarcus Robinson, who's looked great. Armani Watts on the Chiefs, the safety. We probably get to see Justin Reed tonight play at safety. So
what are you thinking, Jeff? You thinking the starters are going to get a series, maybe two?
I don't.
Casey, maybe.
I don't think the starters are going to get it. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, maybe one series. That's it at the most, just to see if he's able to put some pressure on that leg, throw it out. Deshaun Watson's saying
maybe just to kick off a little bit of the rust.
Like Jeff was saying, this is the make or break. I don't consider this, you know, fake football at all. I don't consider it anything like that. This is the make or break football. This is where you make the team. This is where it counts. This is where it comes in.
Yeah.
Like you want to be an NFL player instead of a practice squad player. This is where you need to push it off.
I got you. Well, hey, you know what? I'm fixing to.
Just let us know when you're going to bring them whenever.
I had to look behind me real quick. I'm fixing to bring on Corey. Corey's a big fantasy fan. He wanted to see. He wanted to jump on here and ask a couple questions. So I wanted to bring him on real quick and kind of see what he's got.
I think he looks a little nervous, guys.
Yeah, that's all right.
Corey, we don't bite.
We got a sweater. Hold on.
Wait, which one's Corey?
This one's Corey. Atlanta Falcons
the
is Corey.
fan. I love Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan looks so good in a suit.
I used to have Julio, but I traded him for much better.
He can't hear you.
Hold on, let him get it.
Can you hear us?
Hey, you guys, if you guys,
yes, I can.
I'm making fun of you.
If you guys are gonna poke fun at him, at least let him hear it.
I know. I've been trying.
Well, no, we can't let him hear it. Then he won't like us.
I'm wearing a Julio Jones jersey but Matt Ryan looks sure dapper in a Men's Warehouse suit on that commercial.
Hey, welcome
hey,
to the
Corey.
Hey, how you
so
doing,
glad
man?
to have
What's
you,
up,
buddy.
guys?
What's up? Falcons fan, I take it?
Of course.
Not a Saints fan?
Fuck the
Are you language?
Whoa.
Get off.
That's all right. I couldn't barely hear him. That's all right. Hey,
Get off. No, just
Make sure you get a little bit closer to the mic there, man.
there we go.
All right.
Yeah. You know. So, Falcons fan, are you from Atlanta, or how'd you become a Falcons fan?
No, I was born and raised here in Houston, and
So what the hell?
Traitor.
yeah, no, I definitely am. You know,
Let's go, Casey.
there was a
I'm out of here.
there was a point in my life where I did everything I could to try to beat my brother, and Madden 04 with Michael Vick was the
Damn right.
moment where I became a Falcons fan.
Hey, man, I don't blame you for that. That's where my whole I love the Texans. I'm a diehard Texans fan, always will be, but I'm also a big Denver Broncos fan. And NFL Blitz 2000
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with John Elway and Terrell Davis just throwing the ball down the field. Hail Mary, and I got a touchdown every time.
No
so.
matter what. Same thing for Game Day 2000.
Exactly.
Old PlayStation 1 game.
The old Madden, all you had to do was run the post pass, and you would score every time. I was like, I'm the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL. I hit the post all the time.
So what do you think about preseason games?
I think they're a great time, especially for fantasy, to evaluate your players. Like you guys know, especially in Dynasty, you could have a rookie that's a second-string player that won't necessarily get so much playing time in the regular season. And I think that preseason games will definitely help you evaluate if you want to keep him on your roster or not.
Perfect timing on bringing him on, huh? He hit
Oh, yeah, he hit the
What's
nail right there on the head with that one.
nailed it.
What happened?
Nailed it.
What did I miss?
Well, he was just basically right after my take. He jumped on and kind of reinforced what I was saying.
Oh, well, that's because, y'all know each
It
other,
was
I
beautiful.
guess. I don't know.
We just met him tonight, I think.
I know he's a Matt Ryan fan. He's like, Matt Ryan looks good in that suit.
Of course.
Of course.
You should see him without it.
Whoa!
Bingo.
Hey, you know.
sweet one.
So you got any questions or takes about the Falcons for us, or anything you want to get off your chest that you're upset about,
Gotta be
or
careful.
you're really loving what the Falcons are doing?
What do you think about Calvin Ridley?
Oh, I love Calvin Ridley. I think if Julio goes down, he'll be your number one fantasy wide receiver for the
Damn
Falcons.
That's going to happen at least 4 times throughout the year.
Right. Maybe two. Maybe two. I don't.
Calvin
curse
Ridley's
us.
on someone's team, so I'm very happy for that.
You're welcome, Jeff.
Thank you.
So there's Calvin Ridley. He's of course going to be an amazing player for here going on, and Mohamed Sanu is going to be leaving probably after this year, is
Yeah.
my guess, and he'll be your number 2 guy there in Atlanta. A surprise pick, I guess I would say, would be if you have him available, would be Ito Smith. He's the current third-string running back. He averaged over 1,400 yards every year in college, and Tevin Coleman's going to be gone after this year too.
You think Coleman will be
That's
gone?
some good stats there, man. I'm really glad you put those in on that.
So I think for a dynasty draft, Ito Smith's a guy you can look into. I'll be looking into him.
Man, no, that's crap, dude.
Devontae
Because
Freeman's there.
Hey, man, we were talking, whatever. What do you think about Atlanta's defense? So I know we kind of conversed about that a little bit earlier, but I wanted to kind of get you on and kind of give your take on what you felt like they were going to do this year.
So I think they're going to be a top 10 scoring defense in the NFL.
Scoring.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Get it hot now, guys.
So
Italics prediction. Not bold, but italics.
they're you've got Tack McKinley and Vic Beasley on the edge, which are both first-round picks. You've got Grady Jarrett, who's killing it as a good defensive tackle, and we've signed a couple of free agents, Terrell McLean and
And that guy.
Yeah.
I tell you
What
what.
about Deion Jones?
Deion Jones is
somebody
he's
I
a beast.
took from my team, and somebody stole him.
He's a beast.
from me.
He's going to get
The
you
pickup
100-plus
king.
tackles every year.
You got an amazing thing. I tell you what, how happy were you to watch when y'all drafted Tack McKinley? Well, I watched that fire in him at the draft. I was like, God, I wish the Texans would have drafted him.
He's something else. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll see him doing. He's crazy all the time. He's all gas, no brakes. No matter what, he's going to be doing something out of the box.
Right.
And that's kind of what I like about him is he's fired up all the time. He's a very emotional player.
And this is I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think he's going to have 8 to 10 sacks this year.
Yeah, going back to the Falcons' offense, the third year for Austin Hooper, him and Matt Ryan have been training together, so to speak.
Right, they're living together actually temporarily. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Well, that's okay. We're an open society
well,
now.
while Matt Ryan was in LA doing the 3D QB, which he's been doing for the past few years, Austin Hooper was staying there with him so that he could be a hand to throw to. If you've watched any of the preseason or the postseason tapes, there's been a lot of crazy catches coming from Hooper, one-handed catches and back in the end zone sort of thing.
All right, Pat just had to take a step away. He was filming the little girls' room take on. So now we got Clayton on here. Hey, Clay,
Amish
bro.
Paradise, man.
Amish Paradise.
We're talking a little Falcons talk here with Kyle, whatever his name is.
Now,
Close enough.
With Corey.
Cody, Corey, Kyle, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Matt, we'll call you Matt for Matt Ryan for right now.
Julio Matt. He's got the jersey on.
So you're liking the idea about IDP. I know we were talking to you about it earlier. You're liking that idea about IDP, and I think a lot of leagues, we have our IDP league, and it's honestly, me and Joe were talking about it earlier. It's hard to go back to a regular, just standard league once you go IDP.
I always say, if you're not playing IDP, are you even playing fantasy football?
That's a good question.
So, like especially talking about the Atlanta Falcons, because like Jeff said, they called me the pickup king because he dropped Deion Jones, and I picked him up. I actually drafted him last year, and he is last year he was the number 4 scoring linebacker in fantasy football.
What do you have, 108 or 106 tackles, and
ended up with, I think, 2 sacks, but 4 tackles for a loss a total, so that always counts. But then he had the 4 forced fumbles throughout the year, 2 fumble recoveries,
a couple interceptions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Deion Jones is the man. He's the one to own.
Romeo Cornell, sponsored by Denny's.
Oh yeah, we got the game going on now. I'm glad to have Romeo Cornell back as our defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Our linebackers were amazing last year, but our defensive backs they were lacking. Right. I think Romeo Cornell can really step up the Texans'
and
game
you got
this
Colvin
year.
and Matthew coming in, and the draft pick of Justin Reed was phenomenal. That could be the steal of the draft.
That was steal.
I think Justin Reed's going to start the year as the starter.
He should.
He's going to take over that position. Kareem Jackson's going to get cut next year because of him.
There was a scout that was saying that he was a first-round talent that just happened to fall, and then the Colts were beating themselves up for not drafting him in the second.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah. I was I went to the combine for DynastyWise.
Oh, okay.
That's true. He did.
Yeah, I was there.
We sent our worst evaluator.
I was there with Michael Irvin.
Speaking of which, guys, hey, I will be at the Texans training camp come Saturday morning. So I will be out there. And I'll be repping the DynastyWise gear and everything ready for us.
There you go.
Well, Cody, you got anything you want to say or plug or anything? Say hi to Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Want to say hi to Matt Ryan? He might be watching.
That'd be pretty cool.
He told me he's a fan.
Yeah, of me?
He says, I love DynastyWise. That's the way he talks.
Me and Julio hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Cody, we're here at 11 Below. What's your favorite beer here?
Either the Oso Bueno or the pineapple cider. The pineapple cider is pretty good. I had it for the first time today. It's pretty good. It tastes almost like the Ace pineapple cider, but it's a little bit more smooth in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, hey man, appreciate you coming on.
No problem.
Hey, you probably come back on later if you want, man.
All right.
Hey, Pat, welcome back.
Yeah. Good luck to your Falcons, bud.
Hey,
thanks for sitting down here with us, Cody.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Corey, my bad, Corey.
No problem.
Jeff, you kept calling him Cody.
I called him Kyle too. What's
Kyle,
your point?
Cody.
Yeah.
Casey, Carey.
Corey, you got a football, right?
Yeah, he's got one.
Good deal.
Thanks for coming on with us, man.
Yeah.
All right, hey, Pat, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I told everybody you were gone at the little ladies' room. You had to go.
I told them they need to be mingling,
Hey,
Shout out to Jared Schultz out there.
Jared, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Where's Jared Schultz?
He commented on the Facebook Live page.
J-Rod, the
Thanks.
man.
Thank you, J-Rod.
Jared said, sponsored by Jimmy G's on the Strand in Galveston.
Oh.
He said Jeffro. I don't know if that seems almost specific to you.
Jeffro, Jared's talking to you. Thanks a lot, Jared.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
Yeah, nobody cares about you, Casey. We all know.
Why is Jared not here?
We should be kicking
Jared
off any
should
minute.
be here.
Jared's he's on the in the Strand in Galveston right now.
We had Jeff over here on the Golden Tee taking a great stance.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
It was a great squat. I'm gonna high five him as he comes by.
If he comes by,
He doesn't
Jeff,
want to high five you.
Give him
Come
a
on,
little
Papa.
slap and tickle on
give
that.
a little slap.
Great
and
shot,
tickle.
Jeff. I'm holding high.
Great shot,
Jeff,
Jeff.
I need some love.
Jeff.
Need some love, Jeff.
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 Oh, don't yell on the mic.
We can yell.
Jeff.
Hello.
Good shot. Good shot.
We were watching you play video golf.
Uh-oh, we have kickoff.
Kickoff
here's
time.
kickoff.
Oh.
Football day.
And we got a longest putt over here on the Golden Tee.
Yeah,
That's
all
like
right.
a fist bump.
And
Uh-oh.
this guy runs it, and he runs right into the pack instead of the
Beautiful.
lane that
You know,
was
I
to
never
the right.
understand that. Why don't you go wide right or wide left where there's a hole instead of running right into the guy?
Yeah.
And they say the preseason's not important. Somebody
Hey.
just lost their
Oh,
job.
Deshaun
you go out
Watson.
there and
Uh-oh.
Deshaun Watson's going out there.
Yeah, we have Deshaun Watson coming on in.
We'll see.
Do we agree with the strategy to put your hurt quarterback out there in preseason?
Well, apparently he's not hurt anymore.
It's to shake off the rust.
Look at those
I would
stats
shake,
right there,
I would
guys.
shake off the rust in game 2.
What was that? Through 4 weeks, he had 19 touchdowns, or was that
Right.
6 weeks?
And the man
Hey,
gives a
what do you
point
do the
upstairs.
other 12 weeks?
Yeah.
The same thing the Cowboys did. Nothing.
Well,
I can't see a
I'll
number.
agree with you on that.
I can't see a number. Who's in the backfield?
I'm not
That is
sure.
26, Lamar Miller.
Eric.
Lamar Miller. Let's put
Oh,
on.
look at the push.
That's a 5-yard carry for Lamar Miller
I
right
believe,
there.
Chad, if I say this wrong, correct me, but
Best
a
carry
guy
of the
to
year.
watch on the Chiefs defense also, Breland Speaks.
Breland Speaks, yes.
Yeah.
Their top draft pick.
And we got. All right, that's going to
definitely a guy to
be.
watch.
Hey,
Defensive
guys,
tackle.
just to let y'all know, we got Nick Martin starting at center, not...
Don't look at me. You started.
You're the Texans lineman guy.
Yeah.
What?
But the one thing is that is supposed to be their
Greg
starting
Mance.
offensive line, so
Sorry.
we got to watch.
Greg
Yeah.
Mance.
A
Greg
lot of
Mance.
people in here in Houston want to see this offensive line get a push.
Uh-oh.
There you go,
There's a
Lamar
good
Miller.
hole.
There you go, Lamar Miller.
Uh-oh, break it open. There you go. That's a good run.
They're
I
going
need-
to the Super Bowl after that
That's
run.
it.
I need
That's the Super
about
Bowl,
like
2018.
50 of those runs in the first game, please.
Exactly.
You're playing me in the first game, so I don't think so, buddy.
I play you all the time, and it's always a win.
Now, Lamar Miller
You
came
remember in
in.
the playoffs, Chad?
Oh, you mean when I adopted the team and
Your
but you
adopted team was
barely
your
beat
best
me?
team so far.
But you were
I've only
talking.
had 2.
Guys,
But you were
football's on.
talking about your thing. But Lamar Miller came in. He lost some weight, I guess, to pick up more agility and speed.
Yeah, he's lost 15 pounds, apparently.
Yeah, I gained 15 pounds. Uh-oh, the big man's in the
lost,
house.
He lost it, and Jeff found it.
I did. I found it at Popeye's Fried Chicken.
I tried telling Jeff that all he has to do
First
is
throw
tie
looks good. Good reception.
tie a weight to his remote, and with every lift of that remote to change the channel, he'll lose a couple pounds.
Yeah, but that weight got heavy, so I took it off.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
You just learn to use it, not moving it.
You know what upset me was that fight between Pac-Man Jones and that guy in the airport. Was when the Popeye's chicken went flying everywhere. I was like, oh, not the Popeyes.
All right.
We got Juan Adams in the building, guys.
Yeah,
Juan Adams in the building.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we get him on. I'm gonna let Joe sit down with him.
Okay.
Where's Joe?
I'm gonna get
Oh, okay.
Chad's getting up. I'm gonna let Joe sit down.
Joe's mingling. I've got questions for Big Juan Valdez.
All right. Is he currently getting a beer? Is he waiting on his beer?
Is he waiting? He's talking to
I don't know. I think
someone.
what we need to do is find Joe.
We don't need to find Joe.
Well, I know Joe had some questions too.
I have questions. Screw
I want Joe to get me another beer.
Oh, well, it's for that.
All right. Texas possession going down. A third and short.
Yeah,
Third and one.
You know what they're going to do with it? They're going to run it straight up the middle.
Deep pass.
They got
here.
the fullback there.
They got Jay Prosh in there. Little penetration. It's Lamar Miller looking good.
Nope.
The offensive line,
Nope.
I'm kind of 50-50 on right now. Do we want to bring the big man on? Come on, buddy. Here he comes.
Here we go. We got Juan Adams.
Future champion.
I wish I had the music for him, man.
Da, da, da. Look at this beast.
Everybody good? Everybody good on beer right now?
Enjoy that cold brew.
Here you
Actually,
go,
I was gonna
Juan.
see if I could get a
What's up, buddy?
Oso Bueno.
I'm Jeff. We were talking on Facebook. Did you bring the gold diggers? That's what I wanted to know.
Hey, Juan. Nice to meet you, man. My name's Casey.
Nice to meet you guys.
We got
Pat, man. Juan, nice to meet you, Juan. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Now, I know when you walked in, you looked at me, I looked at you. We caught eyes. We both recognized trained fighters. Now,
the only thing you train to fight is your urge to not get up off the couch.
I am curious. That's one sit-up, getting off the couch, by the way. I'm curious about your training, because I train too. I do 5 minutes on the elliptical a week, so so I'm doing good. But I was curious. First off, congratulations on your UFC contract, man. That's
congratulations,
man.
That's awesome, man. Well earned, well deserved.
Yeah. But do you have like a full-time or a part-time job and train right now?
No, I actually quit my part-time job at the beginning of June to fully prepare for the fights.
Where was that at?
I was working as a loan coordinator at Spirit of Texas Bank.
Speak into the mic.
I was working as a loan coordinator at Spirit of Texas Bank.
A loan coordinator?
That's fancy.
A loan coordinator to punching people in the face.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
And nobody argued, why did I get that loan?
yeah. Well, I just did all the back end stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do. It's Juan Adams, professional face rearranger.
Yes.
That is what it is going to be.
And first off, you've got the greatest nickname. It's a Liam Neeson meme. Unleash the Kraken, buddy.
The Kraken.
Yeah,
I love your nickname. It's almost as good as mine. You want to know mine? It's Jeff Mashed Potatoes McLeroy.
I like that.
Thank you, man.
Who doesn't like mashed potatoes?
I know, right? They're great. I get the fans on my side. So you're training full time. So you're training full time now. Did that just happen recently, or is that?
No, I was still training full time, and then I would go straight from the gym to work, and then I would go from work right back out to the gym.
My God, when do you sleep?
I'm actually one of those weirdos that can only sleep 6 hours at a time.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh man.
If you sleep more than that, you get real groggy or you have trouble getting started?
No, like my body just won't sleep more.
Oh
than
wow,
that.
That's why it's perfect. He's down in the UFC because I only slept 6 damn hours. I gotta go punch somebody.
Hey, by the way, Juan, how was that beer you just got from 11 Below here?
This beer is delicious. I
believe you got the Oso Bueno there. They're just like me. That thing is delicious.
Yes, it is Oso Bueno.
There you go.
It's got that touch of sweet to it, man. I love it.
It's the sweet one.
Now, where do you currently train at?
I train at a few different places.
Oh, okay.
So in the mornings, I do my striking out at the Fight Lab in Katy, Texas. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm over at Paradigm for their sparring, and I do a lot of open mats and stuff over there. Mm-hmm. And then I also do my strength and conditioning at Studio Fitness in the Heights.
Studio Fitness in the Heights?
Yes.
Okay. I saw a picture with you and Curtis Blades. Is he kind of a friend, a teammate?
Yeah, so Curtis Blades and I are friends. We're also managed by the same guy. That's how we met. But we share the same taste in memes and stuff.
Memes?
Yeah, in memes. And I actually got him to wear one of the onesies that I wear. I gifted him a onesie.
Yeah?
And he still rocks it. So
let's speak on that. The romper. How did that come about?
What bet did you lose?
Yeah.
How big is your onesie?
So the thing with the romper was it was kind of this ongoing joke. I love really fruity drinks and stuff. So people are always like, yeah, why do you do so many girly things? Like, next thing I know, you'll be wearing one of those rompers. And I'm like, you know what? If all these women are wearing them, it probably is pretty comfortable. If they make one for men, I'm going to try it out. So I got the most flamboyantly colored one I could find, and
right,
nice.
I love it now.
Nobody dropped a homo slur on you, though.
No, man, nope, not a single one.
So I'm going to go ahead and guess you're a fellow fan of pina coladas. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I love pina coladas.
Strawberry daiquiris are great,
and I like getting caught in the rain, so it works out good.
The rain's awesome, man.
My go-to is a Cosmo. That's my
go-to.
I am surprised, but honestly,
that is very surprising.
I'm watching if he has his pinky up when he drinks his beer.
I'm going to change it.
See, in beer you gotta go.
Beer you gotta grab.
You gotta bear paw it, but when I have the drinks, I use the hashtag pinkies out, bitches.
on here it says Juan The Kraken Adams, professional face rearranger. I'm gonna make it to professional teddy bear man.
Yeah.
Well,
the ladies do call me that.
I see it, man. Well, if you're drinking Cosmos and all that, man, I'm sure it's a comfort thing for them, dude. That's it. He can sneak in any door, ladies.
There's a big difference between him and I. I love those little fruity girl drinks. Like, I get called names like him. They're like, oh, I think it's a good drink, too.
Exactly.
So you were on the Contender Series.
Yes, sir.
were you nervous being on, or is this kind of like, hey, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, there were a little bit of nerves, but then I realized, this is just a stepping stone to my, all of my goals and everything that I want to achieve in this sport. And, I've competed on big stages before, played, highest level football in Texas. I've wrestled Division I at the highest level. This is kind of the next step, and it was actually a smaller crowd than what I was used to. So
oh, okay.
It was a lot of fun. I wasn't nervous at all, especially once I saw my opponent. All the nerves went away.
Well, I saw your opponents. They looked like guys like me that would be at a bar almost. I love the one guy because there's a picture and you're punching him in the throat, and like I did MMA like from '89 to '91.
God, you're old.
I'm very old, but like I punched some guy in the throat and it was an accident, but it was the greatest story. It was like, it's like throat punches really sound cool.
You wouldn't think it'd take the air out of you the way it does.
Oh man, throat punches are vicious, man. That's the guy you said he was looking into your dreamy eyes, so you shut his.
Yeah. Had to.
So,
Juan, let me ask you a question real quick. I need to know, what's your favorite NFL team? Do you have one at all?
It's actually funny. So before Houston had a team, I was a huge Eagles fan, and now that we have the Texans, I'm a de facto Texans fan.
We'll take it. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
Are you? You're still an Eagles fan, I guess, right?
Yes, I do still love the Eagles, but ultimately I want the Texans.
That's very convenient for this past year, isn't it?
Yeah, Juan.
Yeah, well, there was about 14 years where it wasn't great. So
yeah, right.
That's fair.
Well, it's been since 2002 since it's been great here. So.
Yeah.
So it's been. Are you originally from here?
Yeah, I'm from Houston, Texas. I graduated from Straight Jesuit.
Okay.
Wow.
Straight Jesuit High School. Then I went out. There's no wrestling schools down here, and I wanted to go D1, so went to Virginia Military Institute.
I was gonna say I saw you went to VMI.
Yeah, and I graduated from there, and then came back down here.
And now here, how shitty was VMI?
I bet the weather up there was amazing.
It was great at times. The winter was not fun for me at all. Okay. But VMI is one of those things. It wasn't fun, but I definitely do appreciate everything I got from the school. I met some of my best friends there.
That's cool. So, if you had a choice to smash someone from West Point or Annapolis, who are you smashing?
It's a great question.
That's a great question.
Amazing.
I think I would go West Point.
Just because?
Yeah, just because.
Because they're closer to what VMI is.
Yeah, and I've already beat guys from the Naval Academy.
Right. So he wants a challenge.
I fought a Marine already. So,
Marines are pussies these days.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
I said it. Come meet me, jarhead. This is my buddy right here.
I was in the Army, and I think I would smash someone from West Point.
I like that.
Pat smash is a different term.
Nobody smashes anyone from the chair force because, it's just not even a point to smash someone from the chair force.
Man, if I could have gone Air Force, I would have gone Air Force, man. That's gravy, dude. 20 years, come on, baby.
All my friends, Marines, everyone, they told me, go in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Go in the Coast Guard. It's great, So then I realized, they actually do fight. The Iraq War, they actually fired the first shots. And I see Navy people making fun of Coast Guard. I'm like, you're 40 miles in the sea firing a missile. Coast Guard's right there taking on these gunboats, Like, shut up, seaman. Get it, Juan?
Yeah, I got
All right, just want to make sure.
By the way, Jeff, your guy, Bruce Ellington, he might not make it on the team this year. He just dropped a big pass.
Well, he's going to make the team because he's a good player. I talked to him before the game. Not really, but, it's nice to say. Nobody can prove me wrong, but, Did you play football?
Yeah, I played in high school. I got injured first game of my senior year, so lost all my scholarships, but ended up working out, wrestled Division I, and I think that served me better long term. So.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I read you got a WWE tryout. Is that true?
Yeah, that was right after my last fight, or the fight before my last one. That was interesting. It all kind of materialized out of the blue. I went down there, and I was actually really shocked at the level of punishment those guys have to put their body through.
Dude, they are.
It's
it is
scripted,
serious.
but it's serious bumps.
You realize your romper would be a hit there. That would be your costume you'd walk out in.
Yeah, I was hoping to get out there with No Way Jose a little bit. He looks like he has more fun than any man in the WWE. But a couple of my good friends actually made the NXT roster. They just signed recently.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm looking forward to watching those guys compete.
Yeah, definitely. Now, did they try to change, your name's now going to be Juan Valdez, and you'll come out with a bag of coffee beans? Did they try that stuff?
No,
right.
Just
no gimmicks.
Yeah, no gimmicks. They don't give you a gimmick till you're actually in there. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should have come out with that.
It would have been funny, but
carrying a burro behind you, like a donkey.
That would be fun.
Why behind him? You see this guy? He probably just carried on his shoulder.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. The donkey's like, let me lead. I'm bigger.
Juan, how long were you training before you actually took on your first fight? Was this something that you knew you wanted to do, or did you kind of start messing around with some of the training and decide, you know what, maybe I'll give this a go?
So throughout college, I would come down here to do. I would come down here to work on my wrestling because Paradigm was primarily a wrestling gym.
Right.
And I was helping other fighters. I was giving them private lessons to help them with their MMA wrestling. And after college, I had an NFL tryout, and that didn't work. They wanted me to wait another year. And about January of 2016 is when I just said, you know what, I'm going to go all out and try this MMA thing.
Gotcha.
So 9 months later, I had my first amateur fight. And from there, it's just been nonstop.
Oh, man. That's cool. I was just curious. So, it wasn't a long period between those two, and you just decided, I'm going to go balls out. And I didn't catch any of the Challenger Series. That was something new to me. So, how is that process and all that? How did that go?
So, Contender Series, they take top-ranked prospects from around the country. They kind of have a name for themselves, and then they match them up against other top-ranked prospects, and they see who's the better. And if you look impressive, and you win your fight, you look impressive, and Dana White likes you, you get a contract. So that's how it works out. I was blessed to have a really impressive victory, and he liked me, so I got my contract.
I got you. Well, I would think that. You're a good fighter, and you seem like you got a good personality, and that's what they're looking for. I assume that's what they're looking for. I don't know, but they also want people that are gonna stay out of the shit, and stay out of trouble,
Yeah, that's all I was thinking when I got pulled over on my way out.
I was about to say, I just saw your text to me that you got pulled over.
Yeah, man.
Did a bunch of cops show up because I saw this giant black man?
I'm about to say, how scared was he when they walked up to you?
Did he tase you?
I was actually really scared. So now I have a whole process. I see the stuff on Facebook all the time.
Right.
So every time I get pulled over, I call my buddy, put it on speakerphone. I send out a text to a bunch of people look, I just want y'all to know I wasn't resisting. Show up on the news later. That's all.
My hands were on the dash.
Yeah,
light was on.
Right.
Yeah.
So, did you get a ticket?
No, I actually didn't. I have a court date. It was actually for my toll tag violations.
Screw that, bastards.
Well, no, I changed my emails and I got a new debit card, so I didn't realize they were racking up, but it was pretty bad. So I gotta go write some checks tomorrow.
Toll tag violation. What was that, like $3 there?
That was about $3,000 there.
Oh,
wow.
Call Dana. Dana, I need to borrow.
Dana, so about that contract, can I get fronted some of that before my first fight?
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to ask you about your contract, and I don't know how secretive it is, but is it basically, I think it's a certain amount of fights on your contract that you have to fight?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of fights and a certain amount of time, and there's a pay scale.
Okay. All right. Can you say how many fights you're in the UFC for?
No,
20?
No, I wish it was that.
That's a lifetime fight there.
Yeah, that's a career right there. But
right.
No, they usually do them in the 2 to 5 fight range.
Okay.
And
then they base it off how you perform off of those is how you get. Okay, I got
exactly,
you. As you kind of move up the ladder and all that. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to ask you something, and I want this so bad. I want you to smash Greg Hardy so bad because, allegedly beat the crap out of his wife, but you got to give it to him. He's not 2 guys out. I think they need to send him to the Kraken because I think he's fighting chumps.
Yeah, he is fighting chumps. I feel like they're definitely protecting his career a little bit. And honestly, yeah, I'd love to fight Greg Hardy, but the fact of the matter is he's beneath me now. I'm in the UFC.
Yeah, I was going to say you
can't. He's not. So at the end of the day, I know he's no match for me. You look at his opponents that he fought as an amateur, and not a single one of them was below the age of 37.
Yeah.
You look at his last 2 opponents, one of them walked around at 240, and the other one was just like a slug, basically. He looked like Jabba the Hutt. It was sad, and
Jeff, what do you walk around at again?
240.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Let's see it.
I was gonna say he was basically fighting me. You know.
I don't know if that's.
But I do 5 minutes on the elliptical.
I do have a question for you, Juan. And now, with all the UFC games coming out, how awesome would it be to one day be able to play with yourself on there? As, like, say, like an NFL player, gets Madden and he plays as his own guy. How awesome would that be to get UFC and be able to use your guy in a fight?
That would be pretty dope. It's funny, a lot of my fans are like actually already creating the character.
Right, I was gonna say.
Cool. And they send me the screenshots of it. And it's pretty cool. So.
I want to say that my athletic life, I went to the Hall of Fame in the NFL because I created myself on Madden. So I was like, hey, I got 100 strength. So when you create yourself, you're like, my jiu-jitsu's a 99.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
I tell you what, Jeff was a hell of a quarterback.
I was great. I was great. I tell you what, I could read. I do everything, man.
Yeah.
It was like touching that A button,
Right, yeah. He was the fastest with it. You could get that Y. Well, and so basically, I mean, like for example, I mean, I know you talked about your training schedule and your regiment and all that. Do you know when your first fight is going to be?
No, we're still lobbying for it. I texted Mick Maynard the other day saying, I didn't take any damage and my trainer don't want me to get fat. So
I got you. So he's trying to stack you up real quick.
Let's get us out there pretty quick. He just laughed at me. So I'm hoping I get a fight in before the end of the year. That's my goal. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm staying ready. I'm back in the gym already. So.
I got you.
Just going to keep going from there.
I was going to say, I guess depending on how tough your last fight is, how long you need to lay up and rest. Okay. Exactly. I got you.
Well, I can't really speak for anything, but I know if we when we get the word on that first fight, I'm pretty sure the guys at DynastyWise would like to make another live podcast to watch that fight for you.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm down for that. I'm always down for interviews and stuff like that. I try and really... I always try and be accessible to fans, to promoters, to anything like that. To always talk and show a different side of the sport.
And that's the cool part, because what I'm really interested is, I mean, I see everything on the screen. You see the fight. I honestly love the fact. Case, can you lean back so I can look him in the eye? I love seeing the fact.
No, he knocks people out to do that.
I love seeing them train. The process of going through the training. And all, there's a lot of other background stuff, the diet. And there's so many factors that go into it. I enjoy that part of it too, because it takes so much discipline and dedication, and that's where I think people just, oh man, that guy couldn't make weight. It's like, man, you don't know what contributing factors were to that. I mean, but you wrestled, so I mean, making weight shouldn't be. You've done it for a living for the last quite a few years,
for
but
a long time.
Now you're what, 6'6"?
6'5". The hair makes me like 6'6".
Oh, okay. And how much do you walk around weight wise?
I walk around at about 295.
So I'm thinking you go get the welterweight belt. Just drop down to 170.
Oh man!
Throw those guys around like a rag doll.
Yeah, I literally have to cut off a leg.
Touchdown Texans, by the way, guys. Touchdown
there we
Texans.
Go. Touchdown Texans.
Texans.
I mean, from what I've been seeing, GSP's been talking shit. So.
Yeah. He was like, I do not like the Kraken. The Kraken is not a good guy. He is from Texas. I am from Canada. It is very cold here. It is very hot there. He is my rival.
That is a spot on.
that was very good.
I'm very impressed, Jeff. I'm very impressed.
I was gonna do my Vince McMahon earlier, so I was gonna be like, do you want anything else, buddy?
Juan, you okay, bud? You want another beer?
Again, we're at 11 Below Brewery.
Yep.
Jeff is a great guy here.
Yeah, 11 Below, man. I
love this place.
Yeah, man, these guys host us, man. They take good care of us. I love the Oso Bueno here, man. And the 7 Iron's pretty good. I know, Jeff, what do you drink, Casey? Oso Bueno?
I'm drinking water.
Yeah, I got Oso Bueno.
I like I said, it's got a little bit of that sweetness, but these guys are good, man. And they're doing some good things, all that in the craft brewery area, and really enjoying it.
He said it was good. Yeah, Joe, your guy Joe wants to take care of you, You want some water or anything?
I got Joe bringing you a water, man.
Yeah, all right. So if you had to fight, let's say Curtis Blades is ranked, I think, 5. Would you fight him?
If we had to, but again, that's 2 or 3 years down the line.
I don't think so.
Curtis and I, we're managed by the same guy. So
let's be honest. Curtis is on the way out. You're on the way in.
Curtis is he was the youngest U.S. heavyweight before I got signed. So.
Yeah. I was just curious because, for a long time, Tito and Chuck wouldn't fight each other, and Chuck said, screw that, knocked his ass out.
Yeah.
But then, oh, God, my mind went blank. Velasquez and, the current.
Cormier.
Yeah, they will not fight each other. Like, that team is that American Top Team? No, that's ATA.
AKA,
Yeah.
Kickboxing.
Right.
Hey guys, by the way, we got Jeff here from 11 Below sitting on the podcast with us now.
Hey guys.
Hey Jeff,
How y'all doing?
thanks for hosting us, buddy.
I can't hear myself in the speakers. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can
Just
you
get
hear
a
me?
little bit closer, just a little bit closer.
All right. Oh, here we go. I'm like, hey guys, so what's going on? Okay.
Get sensual with it.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. Yeah, I got pretty close to you guys. Hey, again, Big Kraken here. I love you guys. DynastyWise, you guys are awesome. I love y'all. Again, it's Thursday. It's preseason football. Just want to come say hi to everybody. And if you guys haven't seen us, north side of Houston, it's beer, it's football, it's for good times. And these guys, I know, I'm trying to keep my language very clean. I'm trying very hard.
We got Jeff here. That's hard as for you
Yeah,
guys.
trust me, I say everything.
Yeah, Jeff and Jeff. But again, hey, just everybody come say hi. If you haven't seen us, north side of Houston, it's very chill, very relaxed. Again, these guys are awesome. Dynasty-wise, I can't say enough about these guys. Just good folks, good advice, just good stuff.
Well, we appreciate you having us out.
Yes, sir.
It's such a great place. It's a good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a beer drinker, but I like your beer. I like what y'all brew here.
Thank you.
It's great, but again, it's the atmosphere that you have here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's kind of it's like now I know where this place is.
Right. Fair enough.
And so hey, 6820 Bourgeois Road
That's
out
it.
here.
Bourgeois, listen to that.
There you go, man. You said that perfect.
Well,
There it
hey,
is.
Casey and I work for Klein School District, and there's a school just down the road.
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah.
All right, so I do have a question for you guys.
okay,
And it's more for Juan.
all right.
How the hell they get you out of here, man? I mean, come on. I was like, hey, Juan Adams, MMA, UFC contract. I'm like, hey, bring his ass. That's cool. How the hell did you get this guy out of here?
Honestly, they messaged me on my Facebook fan page.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't let a whole lot of people have access to my social media,
Sure.
so they can't filter it out. And I saw it, and I figured, hey, why not? It's a new crowd.
Yeah, fair.
My goal is to be a true ambassador of the sport and
Yes,
try
sir.
to bring
Awesome.
people in that
Awesome.
otherwise wouldn't watch the fight.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Juan, are you from Houston?
Yes. I graduated from Straight Jesuits.
Oh, you're a Crusader.
Yes. Sir.
Oh,
okay.
somebody knows
Oh,
something.
hey, baby. I'm Cypher High School.
Oh, okay.
And hey, just for those who are listening, we did win state last year. I'm just letting you guys know. If you forgot, Cypher Bobcats 16-0. We won state. just FYI, in case you didn't know. No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, first off, it's Dynasty-wise. Who wouldn't want to come out here?
Well, it is big in beer and football. It's
GSP wanted to be on. I said no because he didn't like Juan.
GSP
so.
don't like
You got Dynasty-Wise and 11 Below beers. It's the best thing out there.
And
It's the best combination.
And it's too bad.
I'm just trying to make a good friend here so I could go talk shit to people, and then like Juan will just be like, hey, look, I know how he is, but leave him alone.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
I'm gonna get Juan. Juan's gonna have to get away from me. I'm gonna get him in trouble eventually.
Yeah.
Dana's gonna give him a call. I don't know who this Jeff guy is, but stay away from him.
That's awesome. That's
Hey, Jeff, I gotta say, I've been a big fan of Ziegenbach Amber for a long time now, and then I come over here and I drink your Oso Bueno, and I don't even want to buy Ziegenbach anymore.
Well, hey,
this stuff is really good.
That's a huge compliment. Ziegenbach, trust me, I drank my weight in that stuff. So it's always a huge compliment to be compared to the big boys. And again, at the end of the day, I will never hate somebody for drinking whatever they like. At the end of the day, beer is a social lubricant. It's meant to bring people together. It's not about getting effed up. It's about having good times with family and friends. And that's a big compliment. Again, I appreciate that.
I love going to bars because then, around 2 a.m., the women got those beer goggles on, and then they take me home. But I gotta wait till closing time for that. So,
Get it. I can dig it.
But yeah, it's a great place, man. Thanks again for having us, man.
Hey, again, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's listening. You guys are awesome. You're good people. You're good humans. You're good folks. We're happy to have you out here. And thanks for bringing our guests. And again, for those of you that don't know who we are, 11 Below Brewing, Northside Houston, 6820 Bourgeois Road, in the relatively crime-free area of Spring. I'm joking. No, again, it's if you follow craft beer, it's an explosion. It's so much going on in the city and the state. And we're proud to be part of it. And again, thank you guys for picking us tonight. And it's awesome. We love you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. Back at you, man.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Honestly, we love being here, but we recommend the Oso Bueno.
Yes.
That's probably the drink to get. But if you like the lighter, go with the 7. What is it? 7 iron.
Well,
Yeah.
Juan likes the lighter, fruity drinks that the women like. Juan does.
what I love. That's what I love. Every time
We'll have to see if we get you a special one.
And I'm happy because I love those drinks too, but no one's going to make fun of me tonight because Juan's here.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Yeah. Now Joe's kind of a hang-around, would you say?
Something like that. Yeah.
So
honestly, I saw Juan when he was an amateur. And
right?
Well, I saw a spurt of Juan when he was an amateur because it was a very quick fight. He finished his opponent pretty quickly.
Did you give him advice after fight? Look, that right cross was good, but really you need to step into
Not
it?
yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay. You're saving the coaching
We're waiting
for later.
For that fight. We're waiting for that.
Okay.
But honestly, I want to get right into it.
No.
There's a fighter out there that's trying to earn a UFC contract.
We discussed it, but bring it up again because I want it so bad.
Because I love that confrontation. I love it.
I know.
But we can't get enough of it. Honestly, he deserves the beating that you're going to give him. I want to know, how are you going to finish him? Scare him. Get in his head now.
I mean, I honestly don't think Greg Hardy's ever going to get the opportunity to fight me.
Okay.
I mean,
Are they not covering him?
He's just not good enough in my eyes to fight me. He hasn't fought anyone worth a damn, but I feel like any of my last 3 opponents would finish Greg Hardy by knockout. But, with me, if we fought, it would be, like I said, I'd tool him around for 13 minutes, make him suffer every second of that 13 minutes, and then I would finish him. It ends with the ref saving his life. That's all there is to it.
That's what I like to hear. And I kind of believe it, but I don't think it would get to that point because I feel like at some point you'd get into the Kraken mode and finish him real quick.
No, I definitely want to make Greg Hardy suffer.
I think he would tire himself out.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon? What?
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Texans, Travis Kelce, just doing it, I haven't even been paying attention to the game, but apparently people are watching and, texting our thing like, Travis Kelce, do something about him.
Yeah.
Like, Juan, take care of it.
They just punted. I don't know what's going on.
Juan, when you look at Brock Lesnar, first off, he's a bum. He's a quitter. He quit football. Then he comes to wrestling. Then he goes to MMA. Kane gives him a lesson. Then he goes back to wrestling where he wrestles like 8 times a year. I'm like, he's obviously jacked on something that ends with roids. I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at him, and doesn't he look like the Aryan race? And you just want to smash him?
Oh man, I don't look at things like that.
I
know. But. No, Brock Lesnar, I don't think he deserves the title shot that he's getting for sure, but it's a business. My biggest thing with him is, the steroids, obviously. From someone that's been, I've been getting steroid tests since I was 16
right.
In high school. And for someone that's, I've worked my entire life to attain this size naturally, and to see, someone cheating to get there and then profiting off of cheating is not fair. And, he's taking opportunities from guys that truly deserve it. Curtis Blades, I've seen firsthand how hard that man works, and for him to get snubbed of a title shot in favor of a ratings grab.
So, does it just, I don't know if you want to say it or not, does it just piss you off to see him just come in and get a shot where there are legitimate guys, not only you, but actually just other legitimate guys really work their ass off to get there? Does it just piss you off?
Yeah, on one hand it pisses me off. On the other hand, I recognize it's a business.
Right.
And, I'd like to say that it's a meritocracy, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Now, Joe has a question for you.
Yeah, the people have been tweeting in, and they want to know, who would win in a fight, you or J.J. Watt?
Guys, I would destroy J.J. Watt. Okay, it wouldn't even be close. Those guys train for football. I train to hurt people. There's a big difference.
I understand that
big
training.
time.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, go ahead and walk us through, I guess, fight day ritual of what the Kraken goes through.
Okay, so day of the fight, I wake up.
I hope so. Good Lord.
I wake 12 hours before my predicted fight time, at least. Usually I'm in the 14-hour range before my predicted fight time. I go, I get breakfast. It's really heavy in protein.
What's the Kraken's go-to breakfast?
Obviously dolphin, because he's the Kraken. He eats fish underwater.
I go with
big whales.
Go with an omelet. Make sure there's chicken, sausage, and bacon in the omelet. That's the last of dairy that I'll have for that day, and then I'll have 2 glasses of fruit juice and water.
Is this before you? This is after you made kind of the
that's
cut?
After I've made weight. This is the morning of the fight. Then for lunch, I usually do something with a little bit of bread in it and meat, no dairy, very heavy in carbs and protein at that point.
Right.
And from that point on, it's real light grazing. It's a lot of grains, a little bit of protein, a little bit of carbohydrates in the forms of bananas and fruit.
All the energy you need.
What is the go-to food after you win a fight?
Oh, yeah.
What's the go-to?
A lot of fighters like to buy out Shipley's and rent out
Shipley's.
Krispy Kreme.
Ronda Rousey loves wings, so but what is the go-to?
Like Derry Lewis. I mean,
my go-to is, it's gonna sound bad. It's I'm headed straight to Taco Bell. Straight to Taco Bell.
The nacho fries.
Yeah, I get the
you
tacos.
get the fourth meal.
Yeah, I go for the fourth meal first, and then from there it's all liquor. That's all I drink. Liquor.
Liquor and Taco Bell. What a hell of a combination.
Exactly.
That's a hell of a morning the next morning.
Oh, yeah. I get a little bit of dessert, too, so I go make sure I get some ice cream in there.
Do you consider yourself an old school fighter where everything's earned? Are you more of a new school fighter where it's like, I know this day and age, I got to promote myself? Where do you fall on that?
I'm definitely more of the new school fighter. I guarantee you I have the skills to back up everything that I say, but I also recognize that there's a business aspect to this. And, the reason we're in the situation that we're in right now is because not enough fighters are going out there and appealing to broader audiences. So I have to be a true ambassador of the sport and really not only promote myself, but I have to try to promote this sport, try and bring people in that wouldn't normally watch it.
Right. Well, I think these websites need to get off the Diaz brothers' sacks and start like Dustin Poirier just had a great win, and then like the next day I see a picture of Nate Diaz because he's coming back. I'm like, why not promote Dustin Poirier?
No, he's fighting Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I know, but they don't promote Dustin Poirier, who doesn't take 2 years off to fight. Poirier is a good guy. We're sitting here with the Kraken, big guy, great charisma. He's gonna go far. Promote him. Promote these fighters. And you could disagree with me because Dana might be listening. So but I agree with you. I think not so much the UFC, but these websites, these MMA websites need to start promoting other fighters than just the 2 or 3 because I'm an old school MMA guy. I don't need the fanfare. I understand it is a business too, but I see the talent. I understand the talent. And to me, like a guy actively working on the ground isn't boring to me if he's going for some type of hold or lock or if he's working ground and pound. That doesn't bore me. And you get the casual fans, and casual fans are fine. Who am I? You stupid casual fan. So I'm in kind of agreement with you. The fighters need to come out, start promoting themselves, and these websites, they need to do the right thing and start promoting other people too. Because I think when you say, there's not a lot of fans, like, well, I'm tired of seeing Brock Lesnar. I'm tired of hearing that Nate Diaz went to Target and he hadn't fought in 2 years, and I want to hear about guys like you, the up and comers, and seeing Dustin Poirier win a great fight, it's like, wow, he's charismatic, good fighter, good story, so let's just promote him. So, but I have a serious question. All right, let's say, like somebody comes to you and they say, hey, we got this guy, kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing, like he's got cancer. So, touchdown Jordan Akins for the Texans. If you're looking at the tight ends, there you go. I think that's his second touchdown of the night.
I think so as well.
But let's say that this guy, they come to you and say, hey, this guy's got cancer. We want you to go out there. If he hits you, kind of stagger back. If he gets you in like a lock, tap out, would you do it?
Yeah, for a Make-A-Wish Foundation or something like that.
No, that's the wrong answer. First off, let me tell you why that's wrong. first off, the integrity of the sport. Always keep the integrity. Second off, if you out there and punch that cancer dude right in the face, your next opponent's going to be like, holy shit, what's he going to do to me? Look what he did to that cancer guy. It's a mental game, buddy.
Yeah, I mean...
Look, I'm just trying to help you.
I understand that, but it is different with me.
That's the Jeff mentality.
Yeah, that is the Jeff mentality. You know, in fact, I was calling you Juan Valdez before. I was like, Juan Valdez. That's what I told him, Joe. I said, if his WWE tried, did they, like, give you, like, a bag of coffee beans? So you're down Juan Valdez, you know?
Did you still try to go with the Kraken as your name?
Yeah, that was it. I always stayed with the Kraken.
What was your intro song?
I didn't really have it.
Oh.
They didn't go through all that. It was just like an athletic evaluation and stuff like that.
Did you have to take bumps?
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back.
And that's Casey's back. What?
Did you not inject the steroid? Is that why?
No.
Talk closer to the mic, Joe.
There was nothing like that. It was just they wanted to evaluate your athletic ability, and that's all I'm really supposed to say about it. So.
You can't say it because Vince McMahon be like, "You're fired." He'll come walking with that stupid leg walk he does.
Yeah.
Who was? Can you name any wrestlers who were there to like train you or evaluate you?
Yeah, William Regal was there.
Oh yeah, he's yes.
Yeah, Red Rooster. I forget his last name. First name was Terry.
First name Red, last name Rooster.
Yeah, and
Terry Taylor is who you're talking about.
Terry Taylor. And,
yeah.
Jeff is extensive in his WWE knowledge.
Well, Terry Taylor wrestled here in Houston for Mid-South Wrestling. That's how I know him.
And then,
The fact that you know that.
Matt Bloom was there, and there was all kind of guys there. I got to meet a lot of really cool people.
That's cool. That's cool, man. You've definitely lived a life that people want to know about. Has it always been your dream to be a fighter, or were you, like, say, you were talking football?
Yeah, in college I really thought I wanted to go to the Olympics. Realized there wasn't a whole lot of money in that, so I switched over. Figured I was going to try the NFL thing one more time, and then from there I went to MMA, and just never looked back.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely been successful for you.
Yeah.
The Contender Series. Do you know when your first fight will be?
No. We're still waiting on that. I just keep trying to talk to Mick about it, but there's over 500 fighters on the roster. All of us want to fight. So.
Wow, there's over 500 fighters on the roster. I didn't know that in UFC.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Did you get a tweet?
Yeah. I just got an Instagram notification.
Is it a gold digger?
No, it's one of
no leap pipe for you.
One of the ladies I piped from Bumble. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you're a football fan since you were trying it out. You were going there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who are you excited to see this season? Overall, the whole Texans roster.
Deshaun Watson.
DW4.
Do you think you could beat him up?
Easily, yeah.
Doesn't he run around at like 205?
I don't know. Oh, God.
I got to say that rookie wide receiver or rookie tight end for the Texans is looking really good
Jordan
right now.
Atkins is,
Dude, that's 2 touchdowns for him already.
That's right. It's preseason football, but
this is where you make it. This is where you prove that you're better than Ryan Griffin. Look, put it this way. I've been to a Texans game, many Texans games.
You insulted Ryan Griffin in front of his family.
Well, I can't help it that his family showed up to a game wearing nothing but blue jean overalls, and that was it. And yet it happened to be the Patriots game where we could have beat them, if he would catch a pass.
Right.
And I can't help it. They were cheering for him every time he dropped a pass. So I had to make sure. I did have a few beers in me. But I had to make sure that he was. I told him, I was like, you're the worst tight end I have ever seen. It's not even that tight.
But did you add in some language?
Oh, there was some foul language being said. Awful language. And, his mom looked at me in a weird way. I told him if she kept doing that, I had to put her in her place because, the brothers that were there looked like a bunch of corn-fed guys that would probably take me out and just whoop my ass. But,
Well, we're going to travel with Juan Adams going to just hang out with us from here on out, so we can say anything to anybody.
Hey, actually, speaking about Texans games and wrestling, the last time I was at a Texans game, King Booker was there. Booker T.
I love Booker T.
Man, he was walking through the crowd like just nonchalant, like he was just a regular guy, and then just letting people stop, sign autographs, all that kind of stuff. When you see him out there on the stage, the way he looks, like especially when he was King Booker, right? Like, that dude's a douche. He's a great wrestler, but he's a douche.
I loved Harlem Heat, man.
But he was honestly one of the nicest people that I could just walk up and start talking to. Like I didn't know, I was just like, hey. I liked you better when you were Booker T instead of King Booker. He goes, I like myself better as Booker T.
I would have pointed at Nachos. I mean, let him have it, from his commercials here.
We got everyone here at DynastyWise at 11 Below Brewery having a good time. We got Juan The Kraken Adams over here. You want to go ahead and put out your Insta, your Twitter?
Who are some of your sponsors and everything?
You find me on Instagram and Twitter at ChosenJuan285.
The Chosen One.
Yeah, and my sponsors, I'm sponsored by Jet Hot Premium Coating. They do great stuff with cars. Amazing sponsors as well.
Hot.
Also, local company, FlemingAttorneys.com for all your personal injury needs. They've got you hooked up. And
a lot of people need that fighting you.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kinetic Sportsman and Avenue Fitness. Dr. Tyler Bowman out there does great work, keeps my body running like a well-oiled machine.
Honestly, how was it over there at the Institute, the UFC Institute?
The Performance Institute's amazing, man. Top of the line, equipment, top of the line trainers, everything they have is amazing there. I still personally prefer my coaches, but some people like theirs. And the food there is amazing.
Oh, man.
Did they
What's
have
the go-to? I have to know the go-to. I'm a foodie.
Oh, man. Well,
I'm talking to this guy, a foodie. He weighs like a 175,
Hey, but I'll get it down.
soaking wet.
honestly, man, it's different like every day. So there's no like go-to. It's different food every day.
My question is, did they have ellipticals there?
Yes.
So I get my 5 minutes
They
of
have
hardcore
the
training.
ellipticals there.
Jeff, I've seen you on an elliptical, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
A lot of things I do could be considered the worst thing anyone will ever see. But you know what? I got the heart of a lion, and I never give up. Right, Juan?
That's right.
Like,
That's
literally,
right.
he had a heart transplant.
Yeah.
It was the heart of a lion.
Yeah.
A lion
I
that
really,
translated into him.
I really do. But Juan, I got to ask you about Joe here. Like, is Joe kind of like that little puppy dog that bounces around like the bulldog walking down the street if y'all are hanging out?
No, nothing like that. Normal dude.
Was he the last guy y'all picked to be on y'all's street football
This
team?
is definitely number one right here.
Yeah.
Slot.
Yeah, were you like the coach? You're like, I'll take Joe. Come on, Joe. I wasn't there. I would have been last. Sorry, Joe. I'll show up next time.
It's all good. It's all good.
Now
I got to know, though, how was working with Blades?
Man, it was great. Curtis is super humble dude, real grounded. Just wants to work and just wants to fight. He's one of those real old school type mentality guys where he's just going to show up to work every day and do his job. And, it shows. He's only lost one fight in the UFC. And, dude's a monster. He definitely deserves a title shot. And, it just kind of pains me to see, him getting snubbed for people that don't put in the work.
Exactly. What
Someone's
is his
scared
weight
right now?
What is his weight? Because
Ngannou.
he looks kind of thin for a heavyweight. Could he drop down to 205?
I don't think he could drop down to 205. If they made like another weight class,
Would you be in favor of more weight classes?
I definitely would be in favor. I mean, just because I don't want to hurt small guys all the time.
Screw them. They
I
got
was
in
about
there
to
with
ask,
you.
would you rather in between lower of 205 and 265, or would you rather a higher 300?
300 would be a lot of real easy fights for me, and I wouldn't have to cut. So I'm down with that. But
What if you were facing Kamala?
I destroy.
Well, yeah, he's in a wheelchair now. I think so with no
Jeff,
legs.
Jeff, who's your favorite fighter again?
My favorite fighter?
Yeah.
The fighter.
Juan Valdez, of course.
Well, of course. I was
Fedor,
working
right?
it. I
Fedor?
love Fedor. Hey, a lot of fighters love and respect Fedor. So, I mean.
Wrong answer. It's Juan. Juan.
Oh.
It's the Kraken.
Well, you're
The
the one that
chosen
threw
Juan.
out Fedor's name. Of
And
course.
you went with it.
Well, Juan's my favorite fighter now. I've already started promoting him on other sites, man. I'm like, because I feel for the guy. Well, I mean, yeah, we understand it's a business, but here's Brock
Y'all are
Lesnar.
both throat punchers.
We're both throat punchers. We both recognize trained fighters when we looked at one another. We just gave each other the nod. 5-minute elliptical here.
Jeff, I would have loved to see you when you were actually in shape. And
But
I know round is a shape, but
Right.
in shape.
When I did MMA from 89 to 91, I was 208. Kind of rocked up. I always had the belly, but we didn't call it MMA. It didn't have it. We just called it system fighting because we were just taking everything from there. And it was more like Vil Tudo, more like the old Lions Den. It was like you fall on the ground, you better start rolling because you're gonna get stepped on. So you know, but all this cardio BS was not like there. Like I would spar with anybody, but after about 10 seconds. I'm asthma riddled and in the fetal position, because I have no cardio whatsoever.
I'm about to say, Jeff, you realize in that time, like most of us were either just born or maybe not even alive at that time.
Yeah, that's how long I've been kicking ass.
No, I worked with you, Jeff, and it's not really kicking. It's kind of like shoving a little bit.
Well, back
to the
then
side.
I was kicking ass, But like I said, if I didn't kick some ass within 30 seconds, no cardio. I was like, all right. I'm just going to lay in fetal. You can kick me a couple times, say you won. I'm just going to lay in fetal position. So. But, yeah, I mean, back then it was like, did you stretch? And then it's like fight for 50. You just spar for 55 minutes. I went and trained at one place, and it was like, now we're like doing cardio for 55 minutes and fighting for 5. I'm like, I can't do this.
Juan, whenever you're ready for those championship rounds, call Jeff. He'll be ready.
I will be there. If you need someone to be on the elliptical with you.
He has the full track list from Rocky 1 through 4.
Hey,
I
believe Juan will like that. Juan,
I am a fan of Rocky.
See, y'all think y'all are trying to dog him, but he loves
No,
Rocky.
I'm not dogging him. I'm dogging you.
Yeah, but Juan's my buddy now, and he don't appreciate you dogging me.
Jeff will get that Dream Theater going.
Oh, I love Dream Theater now. That's some good stuff. What type of music you like to come out to? Country?
No, I always try and walk out to like the most girly pop music I can find, or like a Disney song.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
Like, what can I say? But
we
hey,
dropped
you're
the ball
welcome.
over here at Dynasty Wise. Jeff was supposed to come out in a romper.
I told him. I was gonna kick that door open. I was gonna have like little elf boots on, like a wrestler, with like a cape, and be like, yeah, like come get you in a headlock, Then he would have thrown me up there. I've been up there with all that beer,
Trust me, Juan, I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I know every single Disney song, and I can imagine some of those will be great with you walking out to them. That's amazing. I'm picturing it in my head right now, and that's like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Anytime his opponent needs to get that W, they can just let it go.
Let it go. You should come out to that song, Barbie Girl.
I really want to one day.
That would be great. Does the UFC, do they have certain like tracks you can do or can't do?
That might be fitting for Hardy.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And come out in the romper and then just lay him the F out.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Did you see, then you need to lay out what's his name, the guy on the Bengals who had that bouncer shot, allegedly? Pac-Man Jones. Did you see him get in a fight with that guy at the airport?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, man, I was pissed because like Popeye's chicken went flying over. I was like, oh man, I love Popeye's chicken, man. That's probably what's making him really mad. All
right, guys, I'm going to step out for a minute. We got Chad joining us right now.
Oh, God. No. Hey, Chad, glad to have you.
Okay, so we now officially have the biggest guy in the room on and the smallest guy in the room.
Oh, yeah, right? Definitely, but...
size.
Yeah, size. We're not talking about something else. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Juan beats us in that, too.
Juan, it's nice to meet you. I haven't had the opportunity yet. Glad to have you out. Thanks for coming.
Right, we're trying to get him to fight Greg Hardy, but Greg Hardy's beneath him now because he's actually in the UFC. So, we'll get him lined up. Do you have a thought on who would you like to be your first opponent?
Yeah, I really think Chris De La Rosa would be a good opponent for me. Like I said before, Junior Albini, that would be a great fight. It would be a fun fight. I don't really have anything personal against any of these guys.
No.
I think I'm looking for fights that'll be fun for me right now, fights that make sense,
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go out there and give me a top 10 guy right off the
No.
bat. So, I'm trying to, get somebody realistic that hasn't fought in a while that, I can get out there before the end of the year against, and that's all I want to do.
I'd like to see you fight one of my favorite fighters in Alistair Overeem. He's a little bit past his prime, but I think that'd be a perfect stepping stone to show the power and technique you have.
Well, Alistair Overeem's like ranked number 5 or 6 in the world right now.
He's steady going down.
Probably not going to happen. But
Let's face it, glass chin.
Yeah.
Glass chin. I'm just going to get you in trouble with these fighters. Hey, man. No, but Juan, do you have anything else to add? We appreciate you coming on, buddy.
No, I really honestly just want to thank all the fans, thank my coaches. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys, a big part of my name being recognized is having fans, having a good following, and hopefully that can continue to grow and continue to follow me throughout the rest of my career.
I think you will. I definitely, Joe told me about you, and now when I've talked with you, I talked to you here and I talked to you before, man. You're a great guy, and I wish you the best of luck. And you got a fan, and I'm not trying to plug DynastyWise, but I think all these guys here, we just love you, and we really want to see you succeed. Sure. I think guys like you is what the sport needs.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, thanks for coming on, bud. We appreciate you, man. All right, and you hang out if you want. Go drink some beer. Go punch someone in the face. We'll say he
They're
did
not
it
paying
first.
him for it. They're not paying him.
Yeah, don't be doing that. You get paid for that stuff. Be cool at those weigh-ins.
For sure.
Yeah. Don't let that bald-headed boss of yours be like, oh, hey, you want to fight for free?
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal. I can't be getting kicked out before I even have a fight.
Exactly, man. I'm definitely gonna look forward to seeing you fight. I might start buying pay-per-views again. If Juan's on them, I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view. Just a great guy. I can't wait to get home. My mom's gonna be like that guy was super nice. My mom's gonna be a big fan of yours. She likes big teddy bears like you. She's gonna be, I like that guy. She's watching this on Facebook Live, I think. She's gonna love you, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Yeah. All right. I'll be back, guys.
All right.
You need anything?
No, I actually got to head out soon. I got to work out. Back in the gym already. Yeah. All right.
Good time. Next time, hopefully we can pay you.
Yeah, man.
Taking a brief little pause here while we're waiting for.
I saw you. When was it? Oh, you know what?
I wanted to
You gotta
jump
get
off.
another picture. You had her on one of your shoulders after the fight.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get it on the other one. Yeah, we're gonna have to get another picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't worry, Chad. I'm not going to leave you hanging.
No, it's quite all right. I can carry the show myself. I just was letting the guy get up. Hey, real quick.
No, it's going. You want to?
It's paused on there, though.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm talking about the feed.
Are you pausing it?
No, it's paused on the camera.
Pat. Sorry. That's a double XL for sure.
Anybody out there following, say something and let us know if we have a live feed going right now.
Sorry about that. Joe turned off the mic for some reason. But, yeah, it looks like our cameras are paused, but let's just see if we have anybody following us right now.
I know there's at least one person.
That might be me. Hey, do you want to jump in a picture with all of them?
Is this showing live? The video's dead? Okay. So we're still out there with sound, but we have no video at the moment.
Our one follower.
Got it.
Like I said, Chad, I'm not going to leave you hanging.
No, it's cool. We'll sit here and talk shit.
Good. I like it. I haven't talked shit with you in a while.
I know. And especially since we get to getting back on the
We'll get back
Dynasty Fantasy Football talk here.
Yeah?
Week 1 in the SSFFL, me and Casey square off head-to-head in our Dynasty League.
Yeah, we veered off for a little while on there on MMA, I'm sure, but, man, that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
But say what Chad was just saying is that we're me and him are going head to head in our league.
Oh, first week?
First week,
one.
me and Chad.
Oh, nice.
I think right now the spread is at 9.5 or so. Me
favoring you?
Yes, according to myfantasyleague.com, it is.
Yeah, myfantasyleague.com. Hey, man, they're actually really good for Dynasty, man.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I've liked everything about it so far.
there's always room for improvements on everything. But
I have no problem operating the app either.
No. Oh, really? I've heard mixed feelings on the app.
I'm about to say, when you get used to it, I mean, some of these guys, they get used to, I mean, we have some older guys that aren't technically advanced, so when they get used to a certain app, you know, moving to a new one just
is that Sammy
form.
Watkins?
Yeah, that's Sammy Watkins. We acquired him.
Yeah, he took the Kelvin Benjamin approach and put on about 80 pounds.
That was Hammy Watkins. Good call.
Yeah, our video feed is kind of froze right now, but I heard that all of our audio is still pushing through. So, you know, if y'all can just look at that beautiful face of Juan Adams and just listen to us, you know, make it great.
Yeah, hey, he's awesome, man. He was cool, man. I hope he does great things in his career, dude, because he was a really cool cat. But, you know, I was going to say, what are you guys thinking on, you know, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier in the podcast, but I kind of want to come back and get y'all's opinion too. I don't know if in case you had any takes on it, but as far as preseason, there's J.J. Watt.
J.J.
What do y'all's
Who is this J.J. Watt you speak of?
All right, to take on that with Pat, my take on preseason is you do hear a lot from a lot of people that it is fake football. It's not real football. It's, you know, people just trying to earn a roster spot. That's the most important time for a lot of these guys. These guys who, you know, who are either going to make a team or they're going to be sent down from practice squad or not be on a team at all and have to try and find work somewhere. You know, guys who've been working their entire life to be out there in the NFL and actually try and make it.
Hopefully, and, you know, and you're hoping that they can make enough of an impression on the NFL as a whole to where they could possibly get picked up by someone else. And, you know, and it's tough from a dynasty standpoint because you're worried. Because, like, man, you know, I got this guy and, you know, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Is he going to get the start or is he going to go in? And you hate waiting on it to see if they're injured, but I guess that's why we have practice squad.
Well, me and Chad were talking about it.
That's when you go to DynastyWise.com and you rely on the people who don't worry about those kind of things.
That's true.
Know which guys to look out for.
Which we've got some great info on there now, man. It's a breakdown of the players and positions and all that by the 3-year production levels. We try to take more of our personal views and we try to take that emotional response out of a player out of it, to where you can have some good information to base your decisions on.
Everything I put out there is 100% non-bias. I take all of my bias out of it. I don't root for a team.
Coming from a Cowboys fan, that is actually very good to hear.
Man, them's fighting words.
Sorry, like I said, it's been too long to talk shit with you, Chad. I love it.
I'm trying to read that right now. Do we need?
Yes, we are aware of that, Joe. Thank you very much. We figured that out about 30 minutes ago.
Has it given any alarm or anything up there or anything like that? Has it said anything?
No, it's just still frozen on the whole picture of like Juan, Jeff, Chad, Joe. There we go, Pat. That's working for us.
Pat, where were you at like 5 minutes ago, dude?
Pat, we needed you, man. Hey,
sorry, guys.
Hey, Joe, thank you, man. We're good.
Thank you for the heads up, brother.
We're back up. A shout out to Cody, our follower right now. How's that video looking, bud?
It's Corey.
Corey, god dang.
I know, Corey, you are the worst human being. You and Jeff are the worst people ever.
Carl here has no affiliation with Dynasty Wise. He's
Carl,
here
that's right, Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
We got to give a couple of shout outs. I got to give one out definitely to 11 Below for having us and, you know, letting us have another podcast out. These guys are great, man. Oso Bueno, the Colorblind, and 7 Iron Man. If you guys haven't been out here to have a beer during one of the socials on Thursday nights, they run from 7 to 9. Did I say 7 to 9?
7 to 9. This place was open when you got here. It was 5 o'clock.
5 to 9. Sorry.
This is for real drinkers.
But yeah,
Pat,
come in there. They do
your type.
They have the token system. You can check them out at 11below.com. And then I also got a plug. Of course, one of our sponsors that really helped us out and everything going on is Infinity NDT. Inspection Without Limits. These guys are doing some great things in the oil field, man. Inspection, especially in the Houston area. They're exploring lots of different things. But I tell you what, their service. Their customer service, obviously their inspection is top notch, but their customer service is definitely, you know, above and beyond what you expect out of an inspection company. But thank you guys, appreciate it.
I also got to say thank you to Corey, I'm going to get that name right this time. Corey Juan Adams, and Jason Braddock for coming on the show tonight.
And Chad White.
Yeah, definitely Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
Chad, I guess we got to plug Chad.
Hey, what happened to that one guy that was going to, steal some time on the show from Corey? What happened to that guy?
Which one?
The one in the green shirt. The one that's going to come up and steal Corey's time. Corey, you can.
Yeah, Corey. If you want to jump back on. Yeah, let's bring Corey back on.
Hey, we got Corey here.
Corey had a good take. He had a few other takes that he wanted to have. I mean, big Falcons fan, but he's big into fantasy football as a whole, man. He's been in the league. He's had a few guys in his league for 5-10 years or something like that. I'm going to convince this guy to go Dynasty because it's been enough is enough. If you've got, I think he's had a high turnover on some of the players or some of his team owners. That's why he hasn't decided to go Dynasty. But I tell you what, if you've got a league that you've been on for 5+ years, man, you've got to go Dynasty, or at least, if at the bare minimum, at least start exploring the option of IDP. But Corey, question: why has your league decided not to go Dynasty yet?
Oh, sorry about that, Corey. Your mic was off.
It's all good.
Corey's dumb.
So the main reason is we do have a high turnover of players. It's just inconsistent. I'd say we lose 2 to 3 a year, and we really just want to find the serious players, and that's it.
If there's some guys at DynastyWise that can actually help you get that set up.
That is part of what we do. And speaking of which, in the event that you decided that y'all had, I guess y'all are looking mainly 10 owners is what y'all typically
12.
have. 12. Okay, yeah. 12. 12 is a good. Well, that's
12 is actually what we run with.
A lot of leagues have the same problem. When they go to the 12, they typically have a higher turnover.
Yeah.
But in the event that y'all had 10 owners, would y'all consider going Dynasty?
Kill him.
Most likely, yeah. I'd say 7 or 8 of us would say yeah.
Okay.
So majority would say yes.
But say that's something DynastyWise some of the guys that belong to DynastyWise that have their league have looked into is maybe dropping down to 10 at times because there is some turnover every once in a while. But they are a 12-team league as well.
Yeah,
okay.
It's hard to manage it. I mean, it's not hard to manage it. It's just you always have that one owner that, man, my wife is bitching again, or, my kid's sick, whatever it is, or I want to work overtime.
Getting on the app is way too hard while I'm sitting in my squad car watching this movie theater.
Yes, seriously, it's gotten disgusting to the point of, dude, if you can't, it's not my fault you can't send your kids to college. You should have known that when you got into fantasy football, especially when you went Dynasty, dude. I mean, it's a serious commitment. And I know we talked earlier about your Falcons, and you had a couple other players you wanted to discuss, man. Who was the top, especially on the defense, right?
Yeah, there's Devondre Campbell. I think he's going to be a good IDP player, or especially if you're thinking about picking up another linebacker. Man, the guy's been working with the defensive line as well, so he's working on his pass rushing skills.
Now, the league that you're in, is that IDP or are y'all just a standard, are y'all PPR as well?
We're half PPR.
Half PPR, okay.
Yeah, so are we. We do half PPR as well.
We went full point.
Did we go to full point?
We went full point.
When the hell did we do that?
2 years ago, Claybo, 2 years ago.
It's like, when did, is that why I lost?
Well, and a lot of the stuff we do as far as, especially since we're Dynasty, because we're in the long run, what we do is a lot. We have team owner meetings and stuff like that where we discuss rule changes and everything has got to be voted on and decided.
Okay.
That's where that way there's not a commissioner doing it. But that's like Clayton said, when we decided to do that, he wasn't there for that vote. So that's why that discussion brought up.
So that was Chad. I was there.
Oh, what are we? Oh, that was Chad.
Wait, what vote?
I was talking about when we went full point PPR.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Unless we did it whenever we decided to change our defensive scoring. Other than that, I do not remember.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's bullcrap. I don't believe you.
Now, Corey, would y'all consider going like a flex IDP or anything like that, or do you think you could pitch that idea to them?
I could definitely pitch that to them. I could see, like I said, probably 6, 7, 8 players saying, "Yeah, that sounds good." The other side would sway hard.
Gotcha. Now, and we were talking earlier about. Corey participates in a lot of mock drafts and everything, and he was kind of looking at maybe what, through his mock drafts, and I kind of wanted to get Clay and Casey. I'll get y'all's take on it. On some of the running backs, y'all think you have the 12th pick?
Yeah, the 12th
pick.
12th pick in a redraft? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
redraft snake.
Yeah.
So you're going back to back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a wide receiver running back kind of pick right there.
Probably.
Either that or double up on two of the either running back or wide receiver.
Now, now based off of what y'all think, who do y'all think it would be available at that spot, and who do y'all think y'all would take?
Okay, redraft. All right, so your big names at 12 are going to be off the board. There's not going to be no Gurley, no Zeke, no Bell. DJ's going to be gone. AB's going to be gone.
D-Hop's going to be gone.
Odell's going to be gone. D-Hop will probably be gone.
I've actually done a few mocks, and I've actually done a redraft league already where Julio Julio was available at 12. Mm-hmm. It was very surprising for me.
People are off of him because they said he had a down year last year. I would take Julio at 12 for sure. But running.
Yeah, sorry, guys. They're making an announcement right now. We're trying to figure out if they're shutting it down. I didn't hear the announcement.
I didn't hear the announcement.
So back to the pod.
Well, Corey, one thing is I know in one of the leagues that I did do, it was a redraft league. One guy that I'm actually, he's not a rookie anymore, but he's a second-year guy who actually scored quite a few points. Leonard Fournette as a running back. He was actually available, and I looked at him. I didn't think too much of him, but I was almost in the same position as you. I was actually at 11. And, so the first thing I went for was Mike Evans was actually available there at 11. So I went Mike Evans, even though I know Jameis Winston's going to be out for 4 games, but it's Mike Evans. People use him as a security blanket. And then when I came back in that snake part on the next round, I went ahead and went Leonard Fournette because all those top running backs were gone. And the Jags are going to go run heavy because they're sold on Blake Bortles. They're still wondering what's going to happen with him, if he's going to throw a pick or not. So they're going to go run heavy with him.
I've noticed in a lot of mocks, there like Julio does fall to the 12th, 10th, 11th pick, and if he does fall to 12, I'll probably pick him up. But then there's Michael Thomas is also usually available following that.
If he's available, I mean, how can you turn down Michael Thomas?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm going to go probably Julio and then Michael Thomas.
That's got to be tough.
It is.
As an Atlanta fan, it's got to be tough taking Michael Thomas. But I understand, but at the end of the day, it's fantasy.
I'm about to say, in fantasy, you cannot be biased. You cannot.
I would take the receiver, though, because being an Atlanta fan, Freeman is normally around later in rounds.
Yeah.
And he's your RB1.
For some reason, a guy who usually gets at least 8 to 9 touchdowns a year is usually available in the second round of most redrafts.
Or third.
Which is disgusting. I don't get it. I don't understand. To me, I always tell I tell people about Marvin Jones too. Marvin Jones falls a lot too, and but Freeman's that way too. He falls for some reason. I don't understand it because the guy produces. He's a top 5 running back almost every year.
Yeah.
But I mean, all right, that's fine. I'll take him. Yeah. I'm not going to fight you on it.
Yeah.
But we're fixing to. We're about 15 minutes till closing time, so we're fixing to have to wrap it up. But, man, all of our listeners and viewers, man, we want to thank you guys for listening. I'm Padu, and I'm going to let the guys take you out. But definitely check us out on DynastyWise.com, our Facebook page. We have a lot of articles coming out and a lot of great information that we're passing around. And definitely check the website out because we've updated a lot of that stuff. We also got a shout out to Damon. Damon, we got a shirt coming your way, buddy. We appreciate your support through this process, and it should be there. Probably going to be, I'm thinking maybe mid next week, hopefully. But thank you guys. I'll let you guys check these guys out on Twitter, man, and give their plugs.
Yeah, at DynastyWise_FF and at DynastyWiseClay for all your fantasy football needs.
There's DynastyWise Casey at your fantasy football needs as well. Corey, again, man, thank you for coming on. You've been great. You've been following us the whole time. You've been watching the show the whole time here from 11 Below. It's been great having you on. You've been very knowledgeable with some of the stuff. Just a guy pulling off out of nowhere, and you come up with some stats and stuff. It's been real great having you on.
Yeah, that's been awesome, man. We're definitely going to get you back on for something else. We have other podcasts in other areas, man. We'll definitely get you on for some other stuff, man, because you've really provided a different perspective, and especially with Atlanta, because Atlanta kind of slips under the radar. Other than Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Freeman, there's a lot of other stuff, good stuff going on over there, man. Appreciate you enlightening us on that.
Give me Ridley.
No problem. Yeah.
All right, man. This is Dynasty Wise out, man. We appreciate you guys watching. Clay, if you would hit that stop button.